get on. Spencer, David, come on, let's get everybody's husbands on. Matt's on. Welcome, Matt. Do you have any shout outs?
Yeah, Matt, you get to say hi real quick. When I saw Josh on, I was like, you've got to get on.
Hi, my name is Matt.
He's the new kid.
And what's your goals, Matt? Can you tell everyone?
I haven't come up with my goals yet, so I can't yet.
Don't be shy.
I'm working on my goals.
I know, I want you to tell everyone what you told me.
That's private.
How many of you feel like Matt when it comes to goal setting? You're like, it's private and I don't want anyone to know.
Okay, we're going to get started, everybody. Thank you for joining us. Nicole, you pushed record, right? Okay, Nicole, do you want to start off by what you wanted to share tonight, what we talked about earlier, or do you want to wait?
Let me get my kids out of the room. You talk.
Okay. All right, so tonight we have a few things and items we kind of want to talk about. And so I'm just going to dive into Bear Lake and the Q4 success sprints because I think it's really important to talk about those two things. Did everybody look in their emails or in the group thread that I had sent on what Q4 success sprints are going to be like? Did everyone see that? That's going to be Leaders Retreat, earnings, and getting to Florida, tickets to Universal Studios or Disney World, and then like the shopping spree, all of that. Did everyone see those? Maybe, yes. Teresa. So we kind of want to talk about that, and this is kind of like a Q&A. Like if you have any questions about this is what Nicole and I have earned in the past, where we swept the contest and got the shopping spree. And I want you guys to know, Nicole was down to the wire. It was Halloween night. It was October 31st. Nicole and I got together. We were trick-or-treating, eating food, and we worked to the wire. And I want you all to know I will work to the wire for all of you. I want all and everyone on this call and on this team to earn it so that we can all go to Florida together and we can all enjoy Universal Studios or Disney World. All of the prizes, you guys, Plexus is so generous. I was blown out of it blew me away to go to Mexico and to realize how much they just love us. They want us to succeed and how much they spoiled us. And I want that for all of you. You guys work hard. It's not that we don't put in the work. We work so hard. I feel like I work even harder than my job that I work full time for. And I don't get rewarded the way that I get rewarded with Plexus. In fact, I was the nurse of the year this past year with Intermountain. And I got a $25 gift card to Amazon and dinner sent to me, which was probably like $50, which I'm super grateful. I love what I do. I love being a nurse. But with Plexus, you guys, I just went to Mexico for 5 days, all paid expense, first class in the airplane. I've never flown first class. And I just felt so grateful. And I was like, this is why I work hard. This is why I love on people, because I love what I do. And I want you guys to feel that same way. So I think Nicole do you have those slides up?
Yeah, I'll talk about that in just a minute. I just want to add and touch on the retreat. So we have been Q4. We have been mapping out some people, not really yet for Q4 success sprints, but just for their goals. And if you want to do this with us, you guys, it makes a difference. Even if you don't hit your goals, it makes a difference when you get really clear and you write your goal down. We've talked about this several times. You're way more likely to hit a goal if you write it down, even if you don't hit it in the time frame that you wrote down, right? I know that I wanted to hit Emeralds in September of last year and I didn't hit it till March. So sometimes we don't hit our goals when we want to, but what I will say is that writing it down makes a difference and it helps you get clear. So I want you guys to write down your goals and get really clear on what you want to create. And then I want you guys to step out of the box. If what you're doing right now is not giving you the results that you want, then you need to change something, okay? You need to be more creative. And one thing I've talked about a lot lately, the people that are doing reels are enrolling more people, period. They are, because people connect with reels, they connect with you. It's catchy. They want to watch it. There's music, there's words. It's like, like most people are like a fish that has like a super low, like attention span, right? Or they like forget things quick and they get like distracted, squirrel brain. But with reels, it catches their attention. It draws them in. I felt so ridiculous doing my first reel, you guys. I felt awkward. I was like, I never want to do one again. But I promise you, ask Melissa and Teresa and all the girls on here that are doing reels. The more you do them, the more easy and fun it becomes. And honestly, I feel like doing reels has brought a lot more fun back into this business for me. And I want others to see that this is a fun business. Sometimes we get so serious about goals that we're like stressed out about it. And set a goal and then have fun and let go, right? I want you guys to show people that this can be fun. So talking about the Q4, first of all, we're not done with Q3. And I want you guys to all go in tonight and look at where you are at for Q3, because I don't want any of you guys to miss like a level. If you're like, you might be really close to something and miss it by like 100 points. And you're going to be like, dang it, I wanted that new KitchenAid, or, like the prizes are so good for Q3. So just because we're all pumped up about a shopping spree and Disney World does not mean that we should give up on Q3. The prizes are amazing. So work for them still. We have like half the month left. Let's earn it. I know, like, I'm shooting for one more prize on there. And so I'm like, I got to get that. Like, I got to dig in. So I want you guys to get really clear with that. And if you need help, please reach out. But I do want to say, with Leaders Retreat being announced, other than Emerald Extravaganza, Leaders Retreat is by far my absolute favorite retreat, you guys. And when you earn the shopping spree, like me and Jess did last year, it was like the best thing I've ever experienced, other than like getting married and loving my family and my kids, and you know what I mean? But I mean, like, it was just like a girl's dream come true, and a man's dream come true, because I know that Josh and Matt would probably love that cash to buy like golf clubs and, suits and everything that they want to buy. But you guys, work for it and know that you can achieve it if you become really intentional with digging in and doing it. So I just wanted to say that, because like Jess said, I didn't think I was going to earn the shopping spree last year. I was down to the wire and I was literally sweating, and I was like, I'm going to miss it by one enrollment, and I barely made it. Jess earned it like 3 weeks before me, I think, or something. She was like on fire with her team and she did so amazing. So I want you to know that if you're intentional, you can earn it. If I would not have mapped out Leaders Retreat and the shopping spree last year, if I would have just let like, oh, if I earn it, I earn it. If I would not have made it an intention and worked towards it, I would not have earned it. I would have missed it by one enrollment, maybe even two, because I was maybe not paying attention. So just know that you've got to be clear on your goals or you're going to miss. So that's what I wanted to share about that. And then what I wanted to talk about a little bit tonight, and we're going to have Carly talk on this too, because
hey, Nicole,
she can relate to this. Yeah.
Really quick. So they're going to be releasing like the point system probably around the 28th. They're going to drop it so that we all know on how to map it. So if this is something that you need help with, reach out to me or Nicole, or just put it in the team, or even in the chats if that's something you want to do, and we can do a Zoom and completely break it down on how many like level 1s you should shoot for, level 2s, level 3s. But you have to remember, you also get points on rank ups, maintaining ranks, and helping your level 1 and 2s rank as well. And then as retention points as well. So if you have someone recurring ordering month 1, 2, and 3, you're going to get points on those as well. So always keep in mind that there's several different ways to earn points. And once that gets dropped, because sometimes they shift things a little, and I think they're going to be really generous Q4, they always are. We'll map it out and we'll make sure that everybody is there. I also dropped in my team thread, and I'll forward them to Nicole's after this call. I put the slideshow, like when they announced it at Leaders or at Mexico, I put what each credit will give you so that you can kind of keep in mind, save those to your phone. You'll get an email too about it, but they gave us like approval to announce this to our teams. They really didn't want us to say that it's Q4 success sprints, but I was like, they didn't tell us not to tell you guys. So that's what's coming down. and that starts October 1st. But I just wanted you guys to know that. So if you need help mapping it, reach out to one of us and we'll help you.
And I also want to say, if you don't know this right now, the Q3 success sprints, the points are doubled right now, which is really generous. It makes it so that you guys can earn the next prize in Q3 really easily. So work the rest of the month hard for that. And then along with what Jess said, I just wanted to say that I honestly, like, I've had people map me out before and I didn't feel very clear on it until I started mapping myself out. So I am more than happy to map you out. But one thing that I would recommend is that if we help you map out, help somebody else map out on your team, or like really dig in and understand what we're mapping out. So you're not just like, oh, well, like whatever, I don't really get it. Like, you need to be clear on it. I don't need to be clear on it for you. You need to be clear on it, because when you're clear on something, you can just create anything, right? Okay, so I'm going to talk just for a minute. Leanne actually shared this with me this week. So I wanted to share it with you because I thought it was really good to understand. Okay. It says, pro tip, don't bring your 9-to-5 mindset to your online business. How many of us think we need to work 9 to 5 to create success, right? I know for a lot of like full-time jobs, you know, they're making really good money, like doctors and nurses and I don't even know, all different jobs, right? But the ones that actually make the most money a lot of times are people that have unconventional hours, like realtors. And like, I know Brooke Hemingway surpassed her husband's ER, like he's like an ER surgeon. She surpassed his income in like a year and a half. So like, there's a lot that you can do not working a 9-to-5 job, right? Okay, so this is what I wanted to share with you. In phase 1 of doing network marketing, your efforts will outweigh your pay. You will feel like you are working harder than you are being paid. And that discourages a lot of people. And that's why they quit. They're like, I'm like busting it and I'm doing all the things and I'm showing up and like people are falling off. And if everybody's quitting, how am I ever going to rank? I remember thinking that in the beginning. If everyone's dropping off, how am I ever going to rank? I didn't understand that retention is great, but having turnover is actually just a part of every single business out there, right? There's even in like Apple, there's people in Apple that try Apple for a while and then they go and they try a different phone, or they, you know, they do something else. That is so normal to have people fall off and come back. I can't tell you how many people have fallen off and then come back to me and re-enrolled. So that's a normal part of business. So don't get discouraged when people are falling off. But just know that in the beginning, when you're like sitting at gold or maybe senior gold, you feel like your efforts are outweighing your pay. How many of you feel like that right now? Do people feel like that? Like you're not, like maybe you're putting in more work than you're getting paid for, okay? So that's the number one reason why people quit. In phase 2, your efforts will match your pay. So you'll start being like, I could work another 9-to-5 job and make this kind of money. Like or maybe I'm equal with what I would if I was you know, and I don't work a 9-to-5 job doing this. But anyways, does that make sense? And then in phase 3, your pay will far outweigh your efforts. So when you look at emeralds, sapphires, diamonds, double diamonds, they are not working the amount of hours that would pay what they're making, right? And so in the beginning, if you're feeling discouraged, know what you're working for. Know that it will not always be this way. And there's a lot of people here that kind of got stuck in phase 1 for a long time and felt like they were never going to go anywhere, that they kept showing up. I know Becky's one of them. And now she's probably more in phase 2, maybe even phase 3 for her. I don't really know. It's a little bit different for everyone and their expectations of what they want to make. But just know that if you are consistent and if you are trying new things, okay? So if what you're doing is not yielding the result you want, you probably need to change something up, right? I know for me for a while, I was like, I'm not getting very many enrollments and I'm kind of feeling like things are dropping off. And so I started changing the way I was doing my social media a little bit and I started getting new enrollments. So I feel like that makes a really, really big difference in just in the game of all of this. It's not a game, but you know what I mean? Okay, so Carly, I want you to share your experience with this, because I know we talked about it a little bit earlier, or whatever you decided that you felt like you wanted to share on. And yeah, go ahead.
All right, thanks. So I think what's interesting is I was thinking about my favorite thing that Christy says, which is you have to be willing to be new. And I feel like that's kind of what happens at the beginning. Like you have to be willing to be new at, you know, sharing Plexus and growing. And to me, it's just like any other job. If you start like an intern, you feel like you're doing all of the hard labor, you know, working for somebody else. And then you see bosses that get to take time off whenever they want because they've built up to that. And so I think what's important to realize too is this isn't really different than anything else that you would do, except for in the most positive way, which you actually can grow a lot faster, and it's up to you. It's not up to somebody else, a boss. It's not up to anything. You are in charge of your own success, which is awesome. And it does depend on other people's timing, of course, as well, but you just have so much control over how successful you are. And that's exciting. To me, that's exciting. I'm kind of a control freak and I don't like to be told what to do. So for me, it's nice because I'm like, I'm my own boss and I love it. And if I want to push hard, I'm pushing hard and I'm in charge of myself. And I'm also motivated by myself. So I really, really like that. And I think it's amazing. And I think when I started, I did grow super slow. And I felt exactly like Nicole said, I was in phase one for a long time and it got frustrating. Like there was definitely peaks and valleys where I'm like, this is just frustrating. And I used to think I'm not even paying for all my product yet. Like it was just this phase where it's just like frustrating. But at the same time, when I was really thinking about it, my biggest problem was what I talked about just a few weeks ago, which was I was not using my time well. I was thinking about all my people all the time. I was reacting to texts. I was reacting to messages. I was overthinking like my posts and like re-editing what I was saying because I thought it had to be perfect every time. And I think once you get into that understanding that you can be new at this and you learn and you grow, but ultimately you have to manage your time wisely. Don't work, what do they say? Don't work harder, but work smarter, and really make sure that you are taking the time you need to grow, putting in the effort and the work, because everything worth it is going to take effort. So make sure you're putting in the time, the effort, but do it smart. Pick your hours. Don't react to messages. Think about your posting. Continue to show up. I think that's something that people also feel where you're like working on the back end, but you're not showing up with social media and growing. And so it's like, you're trying to feel like you're pushing this boulder, but there's nothing helping you push it because you're not showing up consistently on social media. That's a really big thing. I have a couple of people on my team that's kind of what I always see. They always ask like, I feel like I'm working hard, but I'm not growing. And it's like, well, you really have to show up on social media. Like you have to show up. You just do. And so putting forth that effort as well, and knowing that, you know, right now you may feel in phase one like you are working harder than you're getting profited for, but it's all for a purpose. And if you continue to show up and continue to post and continue to work smarter, use the systems, then you won't feel overwhelmed with the work. You will understand that there's so many resources, there's so many things that you can do to help your team grow. I also like to always think that every diamond, every sapphire, every emerald started as a silver. Like we all do. You all start and grow the same way. So it's really about making sure that you put in the effort and you'll get there. And I've shared this before too, but you know, when you compare yourself to other people, you really have to make sure you are putting forth the effort. And even if you feel like it's hard, it'll be worth it. And you just keep pushing forward, because, you know, if you stop, it's not going to make anything better either. You're still going to feel like that weight on your shoulder in the work you're doing. But if you can keep pushing forward and get to the next phase, like I said, use the systems, time management. That's something that's been huge for me. and showing up consistently. I was not showing up on social media as much as I thought I was when I first started too. And that made my growth slower. And if you want to reach to phase 2 faster, then show up more, work harder, reach out to people more often and put yourself out there. I think one thing that's important too is making sure that you keep your why in place and knowing that this is for a purpose. And, pay is super important. And that is something that drives us, and that's okay. Like I used to feel ashamed about that, but I don't anymore. Like it's good to be compensated for your efforts, but also understanding that there's a big purpose behind what we're doing and making sure you know that. And so, your efforts are helping someone. You're serving, you're growing yourself, you're growing other people, and you're showing up for the ones who need you. And a lot of times I have to shift my mindset to being like, I'm working so hard, to be like, no, I'm showing up for people. That's what I'm doing. And it will be compensated if you continue forward. And that's something that's really helped me as I've started to grow faster, grow more. You kind of step into that role, and it helps to continue to grow as fast as you want to grow. So I don't know. Those are just some of my thoughts.
I love that so much. And when she was talking, it made me think a little bit when she was saying like, I didn't share as much as I thought I was. Cause in the beginning you think like everyone sees it. And so you get nervous and you maybe put like one thing out a week and then you're like, oh, I'm good. But when she said that, it made me realize when I was in Mexico, I talked to a lot of different double diamonds, sapphires, and I started following them on social media. And I feel like this has been such a good thing for me because really the only people I've really followed are people like on our direct team more and like our direct upline. And when I started following different people, I realized the ones that are really successful are the ones that talk about the business. Now, this is something that makes a lot of people really nervous. But if it makes you nervous to talk about the business, first of all, know that you can do it in an authentic, genuine way where you're not like throwing up like business talk and all that, you know what I mean? Like you can do it in a really fun, authentic way. But also know that if you feel nervous talking about the business, then you probably have some shame about the business that you need to work through on your own. Because I know in the beginning, I was super embarrassed to talk about the business. And now I'm like, yeah, this business has changed my family's life. Why don't I talk about it? If we don't talk about it, people won't even know it's out there. They won't even know it's available to them. Like if you don't talk about, like, imagine like something in your life, like if people don't talk about it, it's like, it almost just like kind of fades away. People don't understand it. So I feel deeply that we need to talk about it more in an authentic way, doing reels and different things. And when we were in Mexico, one of my uplines, you guys might all be too low to know who she is. I don't know, but I'm like barely, I think I'm like her level 7, but her name is Amy Paul. And she really impressed me and Matt. Like she is like fierce and bold and to the point, like, and I realized that I have this fear inside of me of being that way. And I'm afraid that it'll push people away. And I talked to Autumn a little bit about this earlier this week as well, that I think a lot of times as women, we are afraid of some of our strongest attributes as women. And maybe men too, we're afraid of our true, authentic personality and ourself, because what if we put that out there and we get rejected, right? But I have found that the more authentic I become and the more authentic I see other people being, the more they attract to them the exact people that they want to attract. And Amy Paul, like she talks a lot about the business, and she makes, I'm just going to tell you, she makes $100,000 a month, not a year. And she was like, I don't really even like, she works the business, but like she does it like very chill, right? Like she's not like stressing and rolling people. Like she was like, honestly, I need a carrot to be dangled. What do I need to work for? Like, you know what I mean? because she is at such a good place. And I just thought, wow, what would that be like to work your butt off for 6 years and be in that place of complete financial freedom? And now her desire isn't even money, but she still wants a carrot to work, like somebody dangling a carrot. She still wants something to work for. And I saw that carrot being dangled for her in Mexico. I'm going to get a little bit emotional here, but when she saw all these Mexicans serving us and working, like they have the best customer service there. They just will wait on you every like minute, and they're so like relatable and sweet, and a lot of them speak really good English, and they are working for like dollars and they can barely afford, you know, like things there, like they're working for pennies and dollars. And I saw this ignite in her, this desire to grow a team in Mexico, not because she needs more money, but because she knows there's other people out there that do. You guys, it's not just about you, right? Like there are people out there that need this business. And she grew a team to senior silver in like the week that she was there in Mexico. Like she helped a guy in Mexico go senior silver. And that money for him is more than he makes in a year. He made in a week more than he makes in a year. That is life-changing stuff, you guys. Isn't that? Like, that's so incredible. And I got to see my husband, his passion be ignited in Mexico. And now he wants to grow a team in Mexico, and he wants to be an Emerald. He doesn't want to say it out loud on here. He gets so shy that he's like, I want to do that. You know, I want to bless lives there and also have the financial freedom for the rest of our lives as well. So I thought I would just share that with you. It was the most wonderful experience, you guys, and I want you guys all there. And we wrote your names in the sand, and we thought about you, and we talked about you, and we love you so much. And I don't know, Jess, do you want to add? Because I could just like talk forever.
Yeah, I actually want to kind of go back to what Carly was saying. I had a lot of my wheels were spinning. So it's easy to get stuck in phase one, right? When you're working really hard, you feel like you're being really reactive, you're working 24 hours a day, your phone's hooked to your hip, like you just feel like you're putting way too much work in. And I think sometimes we also get discouraged when you're not getting personal enrollments and your downline is. And you're like, what the crap are they doing? Why are they enrolling? Like even Melissa, I'm like 7 freaking enrollments. Where did that come from? Like I like compare myself to her and I'm like, that is amazing. And I see that she's showing up and I see that she's doing reels and I see that she's doing things that I'm not doing. I barely even know how to make a reel. So I'm going to learn from her at Bear Lake. But I think the most important thing is if you are not developing your own level ones, if you are not getting your own personal level ones, don't quit. What you should be doing is then, and I'm learning this really quickly, is pouring into those people that are enrolling people on your lake. Like for Melissa, my goal should be, okay, since I'm not enrolling personally, level ones, I'm going to help her develop level ones from her level ones. You're still building your business by doing that. That puts you taprooting, that puts you building relationships, and that puts you showing up still, even though you're not developing yourself. Does that make sense? So like, I need to shift my mindset to, okay, I haven't had any enrollments this month, but I know Teresa has, I know Callie has, I know like all these people on my team are having enrollments, and I should, instead of being so down about not having any personal level 1 enrollments, digging in for those people and building relationships, putting that work toward them as well. Because I think what happens is you get into momentum and you get excited and you get them excited about sharing. And then people come around out of the woodworks because they see you consistently showing up, and then your team rises together. And so that's like what I'm going to start shifting on, is if I'm not developing like I would like to. I mean, from very, very like in January of this year, I said, I'm going to rank silver every single month, which is 3 enrollments. I'm going to just get 3, 3, 3. I dropped to 0 the month I had my baby. And I'm giving myself grace because I'm like, I was on maternity leave. I've had some complications postpartum, and I'm trying to give myself grace. But my goal from here to December is to rank silver every single month. And that's 3 level 1s every single month. And it's doable, but it's doable if we show up, and it's doable If we start tap rooting, our team is going to rise. You guys, we just had a meeting 2 days ago with Autumn, who wants to rank Emerald. Can I say something, Autumn? Can I shout it from the rooftops? Autumn has a big goal, and I know Teresa has a really big goal that we haven't talked about, and I know all of you guys have goals, but to hear these goals, to say them out loud, you're pretty much committing to yourself that you're going to work for this goal, and we want to be there to help you do it. So that puts me and Nicole and Carly and Michelle and Melissa, we're all digging into our downlines and our sidelines. Like everyone on this call, we have accountability toward each other. And when you can do that, the wave, we all ride it together. And that's why I love our team so much. And I know I shared this on the Sparking call and all of you guys weren't on that. But you guys, there's something special about our team. And I saw it when I went to Mexico. I've always known that our team is really special, but I didn't realize it until I was in Mexico on every single shuttle we took, which you took probably 10 to 15 shuttles a day going to the beach, to the lobby, to the pools. That's how you got around the resort. Every single person would ask who my closest diamond was. And I said, Christy Jex. Every single person was like, oh, you're on Christy's team. I wish I was on that team. Like this is coming from diamonds. These ladies are already diamonds and they're telling me that they wish they were on Christy Jex's team. We have something special and people in Plexus see it. Everybody knows who Brooke Hemingway, Emily Gibson, and Christy Jex are. You say that out loud in one of the convention trainings, everybody knows those three ladies. Not everybody knows every diamond. So I know for a fact that this team is special. And I felt it there because I also felt the vibes from people, the energy from people. Every time I leave our team calls, I'm like on fire and I want to go knock freaking doors. Like I'm like, everybody needs Plexus. In fact, I had cleaners come today because I just need to offload my plate a little. And I did it for the first time and it felt so good. And when they left, my husband's like, I'm going to get every single one of those ladies on Plexus because they're all from Mexico. And he's like, I am determined. I just want to share love and help and happiness and healing to everyone. And my husband's feeling that same drive. Like when I'm at the soccer game today, I wanted to share a bag of Slim with the guy next to me. It's like, if I can just sneak it in his diaper bag, he might sign up. Like I am getting to a point where I'm not being shy about the business too. And like what Carly said, we should not be ashamed of making money. We are helping people. We are gut help coaching people. Like we've said this before, I share Target jeans with people all the time. My neighbor referred me to the cleaners today. She didn't get paid a dime for that. And you better believe I'm having those cleaners come back because it was really nice have someone else clean toilets than me. And she didn't get paid. We get paid to help people. It's not like they order and we never talk to them again. We're coaching them for 12 weeks and then forever. Like I have level ones that I still talk to from 2 years ago every single month. And we get $15 a month for that, right? We're putting the work in. And that's what I want people to know is we should not be shamed for that. We shouldn't feel shame. We should feel like this is our job. And actually, Autumn, her post today actually hit home to me. Her first sentence was, this is a career, right? Autumn, like you were bold and honest, and this is a career. This is what we do. We're helping people heal their homes, hearts, and healing homes. And I'm so glad that we're all doing this together. So that's kind of what I wanted to add. I loved everything Carly said. And it hit home to me because I've watched her unfold from the very beginning. To be honest, I didn't even think she was going to start the products. She got them and then moved to Oregon for a month. And I was like, well, there goes that one. She's a goner. Bless and release. And then here we are 2 years in, you guys. She's a Ruby. And she has helped so many people. And I see all the potential in every single one of you guys doing the same thing. So that's what I wanted to add. Does anyone have any comments? This is, you guys, if you have something to say, I want you to speak up. This is a great time to do it too.
I'll just add that I really want our focus the next 3 months to be developing silvers. And I know that a lot of people here feel like, oh, I've tried and I've failed and I'm not good at it. But one thing that Jess told Autumn to do this week was to put everybody that she is enrolled in a three-way message with her upline. And that's something Autumn wasn't doing. And I don't know what their responses were. And I don't know if they had good conversations or anything like that, because I'm not in those three-way messages. But I do know that somebody on Autumn's team will connect with more people and feel that energy eventually, even if it doesn't happen right away. And I know that that is a key to helping people not only be successful on the products, but also for them feeling the community and learning about sharing Plexus as well. So if you have struggled to create silvers, I challenge you to don't put them in like a big group message. Just pick like one person, like your direct upline or whoever you think maybe they'll connect with the most. If it's somebody that you're like, she will just definitely connect with her story, right? But do it. I never do it to my downline. Like I don't put my level ones in with my downline ever because they've got their own team to, you know, work with. I only do it with my upline. So I would encourage you guys to do that with everybody so that the people can get the support that they need. And because that is the best way for you to learn how to coach people as well. But that is a key to helping people also go silver. So just so that they can get coaching and learn from more than one person and feel that love. So I would challenge you guys to do that as well if you feel like you're stuck creating silvers. And yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it from me. I really, really love helping map people out and getting to know you guys one-on-one. And so let's do that. Like, let's just reach out to me if you want to do it and be like, hey, I need to do another Zoom call. Let's work through some of the mindset things, talk to us and let us know so we can walk you through it a little bit. And then let's map you out. And then as soon as Q4 comes out, you guys, I want everyone here to go to Leaders Retreat, okay? And I know that everyone can because Leaders Retreat is only 700 credits. Every single person can. And I really believe that if you are bound and determined to earn that shopping spree, you can do it. So we are here for you. We want to help map you out and get clear on your goals. And just remember to do a reel this week or 2 or 3. Do reels, be you, be authentic. Jess, do you have anything else? Okay. All right. Well, we love you all. And please reach out if you need anything. Okay. Thank you for sharing, Carly. And we'll talk to you guys soon.